Welcome to our Christmas series again. This time, Bear, though, has decided that he's going to leave some room for other people to enjoy their experiences. So, on today's show, we have Bray, also known as Braedon. There's a story there. Bray, come and show the people your amazing talent. Hello, everyone. Hi. I'm Braedon. I came from the Paleolithic area. I am a Brachiosaurus. You may have seen me in other videos. And I'm here to, check out the festival that we are about to be enjoying. Yes, for Jesus' birth. Thank you very much, Bray. As you know, he had not come when we were all around, but I'm sure we would have believed in him if he had have come. And he came now, and that's what we're celebrating. Thank you, Braedon. And I'm really good at stomping. See? Big feet. Really big feet. Yeah, he really is good at the stomping. And I've got my iPhone set up here in a certain situation because I needed to charge up my iPad, such as it is. It's new. And you may remember, Holly from a couple of years ago, maybe a year ago. I just thought Holly doesn't get to come out all the time, so I thought Holly'd come and maybe meet a whole new bunch of people that she hasn't seen. Holly, come. She doesn't actually talk, but she does sing. Now, Holly's story, as she came to live with me and everybody on Boxing Day, which I did do a really good Boxing Day video last year, which of course is the day where all the English servants got to celebrate, and everybody else that maybe wasn't the aristocracy got to have wonderful meals, and they were boxed up for them to take to their families, right? We sort of talked about that. And so that's sort of how Boxing Day started. And now we have Boxing Day in Canada because, of course, we are actually part of the Commonwealth and British. So that is why, of course, Australia has Boxing Day. And I believe New Zealand does as well. And, of course, the UK. So, by all means. But she does wave. Everybody, she's going to sing her song to you. Okay, where's your song thing? Where's your song? Well, thank you so much, Holly. And I hope that brought some hope and some joy and some comfort to everybody on this day. It is Saturday. I believe it's December 14th. And it is a windstorm of epic proportions today. So we're inside. We did go and get a little bit of something early when the store was open early. So I actually was out. But man, it was pushing me, I tell you. That wind was. So now I am home here early afternoon, and I thought, you know what? Let's continue our wonderful series. And, I wanted everybody to meet Holly that hadn't already met Holly. And, Bray, he just likes to get in on the action. Yeah, I actually do. I find this contraption so fascinating. And Cheryl really likes doing these. So, I wanted to do that. I have my own show. It's called Braedon Books. We don't really do a lot right now, but we could, Bray. We could. That's a good idea. So, and sometimes he comes up with Baby, but Baby's taking a break for today. So, everybody, let's look at our book of the day. Now, I don't believe I actually did this book, or I haven't done this book for a really long time. So, we thought we did this book today. Hey, Bray, you want to go get the book? By all means, yeah, I'll use my big feet. Thank you, man. You know, it's helpful to have your very own Brachiosaurus, and he's happy to join us. Yeah. Boom. Santa's Toy Shop. When I was little, oh my goodness, this book meant so much to me. Kind of a Disney. You know when Disney was still good. Everybody, Disney. So, and it's not a new book, actually. It's kind of a re-release. And, of course, little golden books were everything when I was little, right? For a lot of kids. Gen X. You know, I have to mention that I'm Gen X in virtually every video. Oops, hang on. There it is, back again. I have a different thing holding it. And it slipped off. So, it's such a lovely book. It's kind of a long time ago. They re-released it, though. The original time, it was actually 1950. Now, of course, I was not alive in 1950, but we did see it in, like, you know, the 70s, maybe. Definitely when I was little in the early 70s, which was maybe 25 years after this book was made. And this particular edition, the re-release, I think, was like in the 90s. Maybe the 2000s. So, again, got it at a book sale. And I just love me a good book sale. So, we're going to look at it today. Because, you know, man, they sure don't make books like this anymore. So, we thought we would look at it. Yes, I'm enjoying the antique books. I hope everybody else is. Because, you know, it's all new to me. Well, it is. Right? It is for Bray. Do you want to get it? Okay. Now, I want to see, you want to be in the shot while I'm still reading? I think you can. Let's see. But I'm trying not to block myself out of the shot like I did with our Santa Claus book, and then people couldn't see me. So I'm going to try and change it up a little bit. So this is our picture. Hopefully you can see it. I'm on my iPhone right now because, as I said, my iPad is charging. Way up north in the land of ice and snow stands a cozy little house. Oh, does anybody know what it can be? Oh, and I also want to share. This is my Funshine Bear t-shirt. Love it. I'm Funshine. I spread a little sunshine. Or a lot. Plenty, really. And besides the front door hangs a neat little sign. S-Claus, says the sign, because that's who lives there. Santa Claus. Well, we knew that. Although he doesn't have a cozy little house. He's moved on up in the world. He lives in a giant castle. Now that we've seen, Mrs. Santa Claus lives there as well. Of course, she keeps house for Santa Claus and for all the elves who work in Santa's toy shop. And what a busy place that toy shop is. Of course, Santa Claus, as we know, does quite a few things, and Mrs. Santa Claus does too, but this was 1950. She does more than keep house. She runs the books, she, manages the elves, and she bakes. And she keeps Santa Claus doing all right, so she's plenty busy. Here we go, doll department. There's Mrs. Claus, baking cookies. I believe those are gingerbread people. And the train department, and the game and building department. Oh my goodness. I remember I used to just look at this and wish, I would just wish all those things that I wanted to get. And dozens of departments up and down the halls. Little Christmas elves are busy all year long making and trying out the toys. Oh, everyone is busy in Santa's toy shop. But Santa is the busiest of all. He shows the doll makers how to paint on smiles. Well, Santa knows that he's like chief elf, right? So he knows how to do things too. He's like the chief elf. So he knows maybe more than anybody does. I'll take a day off soon, says Santa, and play. We should all take a day off and play. Self-care. That's very essential. But letters keep coming from boys and from girls, wanting talking dolls and cowboy boots, rocking horses and fireman suits. Or fire people, depending on the situation. I'm just too busy, Santa Claus sometimes says. I never have time to play with the toys. And most of those children have been so good. Santa has to do his best to please them, so the days whiz by in Santa's toy shop, and soon it is Christmas Eve again, and Santa Claus still not has played with one single toy. What do you make of it, Bray? Well, I would like to play with toys. I think it would be fun, and, I could stomp on them. Well, you got to be careful with your big feet, though, right? Because, maybe you can't stomp on them that much. Well, yes, that is true. Absolutely. Still, it's fun. Okay. Now, I don't think you've seen this picture. Oh, look at this picture. There you go. Let's see where we are. Oh, jumping jacks, said Santa Claus last Christmas Eve, as Mrs. Claus buttoned up his warm red coat. Now I have to give all these toys away, and I'll never get to try any out. He almost scowled. But Mrs. Claus whispered something into Santa's ear, and he left the house chuckling to himself. Wonderful idea, the reindeer heard him say as they waited at the door, hitched to the heaped-up sleigh. Man, look at that. Look at that. Look at how big the sleigh is. And as we've talked about before, Santa can do all that in one night from something called quantum mechanics or string theory, if I can put in a little sort of advanced physics right now. The space-time continuum is kind of malleable. So, you can change it up a little bit. Santa, being magic, can change it up. So he just extends the time as long as he needs, and then it goes back after he doesn't need it anymore to regular time. But that's why it's in the middle of the night. So most people, they're sleeping. In fact, God kind of said to God, of course, said to Santa that would be a good thing. Because, of course, Santa and God, they know each other. Because, he works for God. So there you go. There you go. So, giant sleigh. Then all night long, around the world they flew. And Santa dropped down chimneys with his load of toys, or he slipped indoors or windows where the chimney didn't fit. Because kids sometimes ask, well, what if I don't have a chimney? Well, that's okay. He's magic. He'll just come in the front door. Or sometimes he can make a chimney where there wasn't one before. Okay. This is the beautiful, and Rudolph's there somewhere. The load grew lighter in the sleigh as they went, and at last Santa Claus was slipping down the very last chimney into the very last house on the list. Then he found a Christmas tree all set up, and he put the final touches on it and lit up all the lights. Although everybody, be careful, right? Be careful with your Christmas lights when you go to bed. You should probably turn them off. Probably a good idea. He found himself a plate of cookies and a glass of milk with a note that said, "For dear Santa Claus." So, he sat himself down and had a bite of lunch. What cookies do you think he had? Let's think about it. Maybe put it in the comments. Okay, I'm hoping that maybe he had snickerdoodles and gingerbread and sugar cookies with really good icing on them. That's my thinking. Then he unpacked the toys, and as he always does, but he did not hustle right away. Not this time. No. What do you think he did? Anybody? He played with them. That's what I think. That's my prediction. It's good to make predictions sometimes about books. I'm an English teacher, so that's what I believe. He set up the new electric train. Who wants an electric train? You know, when I was younger and my sweet, wonderful grandmother, who we called Nanny, was alive, she used to love the CN trains because she used to work at the CN restaurant. There was a big CN restaurant in Vancouver. I don't know if it's still there, but it used to be. And then, of course, both of my grandfathers, my step-grandfather and my real grandfather, they both worked on the trains because the trains were a really big deal. So we actually bought for my nanny one year this beautiful CN train. And it was an electric train. And we would put it around the Christmas tree because that's what you did. You put trains around the Christmas tree. So that was kind of a wonderful Christmas memory that I had. So let's have a look. He sent the model airplane spinning around the Christmas tree, and he built the whole village with Christmas blocks. Well, there's no such thing as a Christmas airplane, but there really definitely is a Christmas train, so that's good. Now, let's see where we are. When Santa had tried every Christmas toy, back home he flew in his magical sleigh to Mrs. Santa Claus, whose name is usually Jessica. Right, if we know, I believe in the year without a Santa Claus, her name was Jessica. Or maybe it's Santa Claus is Coming to Town, both of which are wonderful Rankin Bass animated kind of puppet, shows. They're kind of like animation, but they're also kind of like puppets. You can check it out. They're both really wonderful. And there we go. Never had I had such fun, Santa told Mrs. Santa Claus. I did as you suggested and stopped at the last house. And he whispered the children's name in her ear because, of course, Santa knows all the children of the world. Right? He knows all the children of the world. And he wants to give them all wonderful treats. But they have to be good. That's kind of important. Okay, let's see what's going to happen now. Do you think he might pick your house to stop at this year? What do you guys think? There it is. Wouldn't it be wonderful if Santa Claus stopped at your house to play with the toys? I think it would be so great if Santa Claus stopped at my house because I got plenty of toys. No kids. Plenty of toys. You do the math. Okay. Everybody, Bray, come on back. Well, I hope you liked that wonderful tale. It was quite a brilliant yarn. I really did, enjoy it. Thank you for letting me be in this video, Cheryl. You are so welcome, Bray. We love to have you in the videos. It's just you're big. See, he's so big. He's very big, so he's not as easy to be in the show. But we got you in, indeed. And everyone, say goodbye to Holly. We love having you, Holly, and we hope to see you again. So, everybody, this was our Christmas series, and we hope you enjoyed it so much. Bye, everybody.